All right, what's up, y'all? Jason Davis, Jazz South Dallas, Jason. I went all the way outside to begin a song, and I didn't get too far in it. So this is gonna be. I'm still writing these lyrics this week. And if you haven't watched my other shows, like if you haven't watched shows like let me adjust this a little bit. If you haven't watched shows like a cup of coffee with Jason Davis, uh, then you don't have the updates. But yeah, I'm writing a record, and I'm writing a different kind of record, and I kind of want to tell you that before you watch this, so that if you haven't caught up with where I'm at, I got some music already ready I could be releasing right now, but that music will come out in due time. You know, I got some music that I'm already selling, Jason Davis Senior. You can buy that on iTunes, Apple Music. You can buy it on Spotify, Amazon. Um, but just to be honest with you, I don't have any music that I think people in my neighborhood of South Dallas are just like fighting to get, or like, man, man, what's that? I need to get it. I don't have any of that. Um, and I think it's time to speak to my audience. Speak to my community in a musical fashion. Now I do have some records that certain facet of my community are buying. Stuff like my Kwanzaa record. I've been selling that for about 21, 22 years out of the Pan African Connection. It's always available there. Um, Usually around Kwanzaa time, but it's they have the authority to print up as many as they like forever and make 100% of the profit. So that's a project that I have placed in the community, and now Pan African Connection has moved back over to Oak Cliff. But so I have some music there in the neighborhood. I did sell some CDs of my last record, Them Blues. I sold some of those, directly, up and down the streets. Guys went to the ATM. My homeboy Train, shout out to Train. Train went straight to the ATM, pulled some money out, bought my record. Actually, he bought two right there on the spot. Invested in my product, and so it's not that I don't get any support. I do get a lot of support. It's just that I want to make something that has the street beat. It's what Miles Davis would call the street beat. The sound of you know what we're calling currency, the current music. So I'm working on that, um, and it's a project, but also it's a goal, and it's a sense of an expression. So I'm working on just writing lyrics now, without making it about writing song lyrics. So I got some stuff in here. I've written a couple of things um, so far. I got all the music pretty much sketched out. I think some of the songs are gonna get cut. So we'll call this video something about writing lyrics number 2. Okay. So I started writing a record with a friend, and cool that I still got the notes from my writing session, because I can use some of this stuff from my record, some of the subject bullet points, subject matter, and then I have some lyrics here, and I'm a lyricist as well as a musician. I grew up with a heavy emphasis in linguistics, language, vernacular, English, and all of those things. I've always been heavily interested in that. I spent more time in the library growing up than anybody that I know. Uh, just as a kid, I stayed at the library a lot, both the public library downtown and the Martin Luther King Library. I never won that bike for the summer reading program, but I always tried. I always tried to be the one to win that bike. But they gave a bike for the person that read the most books, and when you walk in, you see that bike sitting up there on the counter. It was like incentive. It's like you just stare at it. You want that Huffy. You like, man, I'm gonna read the most books. But we checked out a lot of books and we read a lot. So I have some lyrics here that I didn't realize I have. So I'm going to share this with you, and we're going to see if we can use some of this. But because I haven't read in a long time, I'm going to share it with you on this video. Usually I'll go live, but this is pre-recorded. I'm probably going to let it run to about 10 minutes, and then I'll cut it. Okay, so these songwriting videos are going to be a little shorter. Little brother on the way, knowing not the time of day. Bold in cubes of life, drenched hues hold strife, stiff and strong. Sound goes on and owning how we plant and see. The reaching tree now grants a super sound, enhance around the screeching buzz of works. And those in town, the play and dust from fame's resound, blows the page away, then turns and goes. Say, hey, turn me back or stay today. Wind raced through my lighthouse, pushed the button, woke the church mouse. What on earth is perfect? Seen after a little while, so smile to bat an eye. Philosophy, we dial a sound with a gust, leave the group. Cradling crowns from underground, slot to flow, but not to rock. Piling up in spots, sip, sip, then lack, lock. And just because the gig is up, don't mean a thing before you know it. The real will ring, not in a place, not cold, on lips to mean to sing. Their plots, if not to rock, then to a fault. That can rush me back into a shade on the ground, comes a feel of the real. A cream, not a peel, but a drop in a mind to open doors and heal the pores. Pour by way of kindness and rebellion. To all beef beaten on a melon. So that one is a lot of words there. So I think I can draw from that maybe as an actual spoken word piece over one of the tracks, and not necessarily try to make that into a song, but find one of the tracks that got a vibe to it and spit the poetry. We got a little less than 3 minutes here, so I'll read this last one here that I have pre-written, and maybe add what I start writing outdoors in the sun. I may be able to add that to this. Let go the silent mood that misses how to truly celebrate the treasure. All about facing the open doors that are armed to love a needed hug. If I shout, reminding me of how we meant. If roll call, live on ears explains. The sunbeams came, shut in with the clean game. So I'm going to add that to this. This is a 10-minute songwriting moment. I'll do a couple of other of these, and hopefully they serve as inspiration to somebody that's out there learning to write, writing, or afraid to just share your, poetic thoughts. Man, I hope this allows you to actually, be a finisher. Go hard, y'all. Jason Davis Jazz, South Dallas Jason. You can find me on Instagram, South Dallas Jason, Dallas Jazz Collective. Thank you. Later on.